So obviously, great news for the PS5 Pro. It's coming out soon. People are hyped up. I'm hyped up. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let me know in the comments if you are. But we've seen a new article from WCCF Tech talking about the developers basically saying that the improvements are significant. The most impressive aspect is PSSR, where they're unleashing the power of AI to make games look better than ever before, and at better frame rates, and just run better than they ever have before as well. Look better, run better, that's all we could ever ask, right? The PS5 Pro is looking really great. It's shaping up. Let's take a look at this article together. I'm Blaze2K. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
First things first though, do you have a PS5 or are you getting a PS5 Pro? If you are, then check the links down below, click the link right now or after the video, whenever you like, for the link to the best PS5 and PS5 Pro accessories you could ever find on the internet. I've collated all the best things that I either have or recommend to you because I would have them myself if I could, right? That is including the best headset you can get, hands down, for the PS5 and PS5 Pro, best racing wheel, the best TV, LG C3 and Samsung S90D and C4, PSVR, SSDs, earbuds, controllers, accessories, everything you can think of is on this list. It's growing daily. Click the heart button, click the follow button, bookmark it, check it from time to time because you will find something you like there. And if you're interested in improving your health tenfold, try out something called Everyday Dose, link down below. It's coffee, but with mushrooms in it, and it's got probiotics, nutrients, and it's basically a nootropic coffee that basically just improves your memory, your focus. It's basically coffee on steroids, and it has no side effects, no coffee crash. It's amazing. Check it out. You get a really great deal. $27 for the starter pack, 30-day supply with a bunch of freebies still to check out Everyday Dose. You will love it. So let's get into this article from WCCF Tech. The PS5 Pro achieves significant performance improvements, says Dev. The most impressive aspect is obviously PSSR, PlayStation's Super Spectral Resolution upscaling technology, right? PSSR. There's only a little over a week before the first and possibly last, given Microsoft's apparent lack of plans to do another Xbox X-type launch, console refresh of this generation, the PS5 Pro launches globally. And as we approach the release date, more developers are talking about their experience with the hardware. Earlier today, we shared an excerpt from an interview which Dying Light's franchise director Timon Smektala mentioned how PlayStation's Spectral Super Resolution could be more important than other hardware advancements. Interestingly, we can now reinforce that opinion with similar impressions from our PS5 Pro Q&A with Nexon's engine programmer Hyunwon Kim, who worked on the enhancements coming to the free-to-play looter shooter, The First Descendant. Kim also believes that PSSR is the console's most impressive feature, and that even went as far as to say its image quality stands up to any other upscalers on the market, including NVIDIA DLSS. Interestingly, they decided to mix PSSR upscaling with AMD FSR frame generation. So basically, they're adding a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of frame generation because it does add latency, and I'm a stickler for that. I hate it, especially in fast-paced action games or even just third-person fighting games like Black Myth Wukong that have frame generation, because when you're putting inputs in, you're fighting stuff and very fast, and you're wanting responsive, quick actions and movements. It adds a little bit of a delay. Now, not everyone's sensitive to it. A lot of people play with a delay, not even care and not notice. But for me, I'm a stickler for it. It really annoys me if I'm hitting a button to attack and then it attacks like just half a second after that. I hate it with a burning passion, but not everyone does. It's everyone's different, right? But basically, yeah, they're going to be combining FSR frame generation with the new PSSR upscaling, and they're saying it's going to look amazing. Games are going to run at higher resolutions, higher frame rates. They're going to run at lower resolutions, then be upscaled to 4K and run at good frame rates. So let's take a look, shall we, at what a developer has to say. So they asked him, what do you think of the PS5 Pro's hardware? What's the single feature you were impressed with, or were most impressed with? So he said, considering that the PS5 Pro is a performance-enhanced model rather than a full-fledged successor, it has achieved significant performance improvements in many areas. As you already know, it's based on three main features: enhanced GPU performance, improved ray tracing architecture with a new command set, and an AI-driven upscaling. The most impressive aspect during the PS5 Pro adoption adaptation process, was the AI-driven upscaling technology known as PSSR. On the existing PS5 base model, the FSR image upscaling feature is typically used, which has some drawbacks, such as pixel ghosting, pixel jittering during pixel reconstruction process. The PS5 Pro's image upscaling based on PSSR minimizes these weaknesses and delivers highly impressive results. So they also asked, compared to the jump between PS4 Pro and PS4, would you say that the PS5 Pro and PS5 difference is similar or reduced, e.g. the advancement is less pronounced? They basically responded saying the difference between PS4 and PS4 Pro was mainly in the enhanced CPU and GPU performance, as well as some optimization methods that were enabled near 4K image output during using upscaling techniques like checkerboard rendering. I believe this created a noticeable distinction between the two. The difference between PS5 and PS5 Pro shares a similar goal with the previous gen, but the approach this time was distinctly different and much more interesting, resulting in significantly improved outcomes. I think this is a suitable way to advance at the current generation. They also said, they asked, how much of an improvement is there between PS5 and PS5 Pro versions of the game? So for the first Descendant, they said, we aim to provide higher resolution and more ray tracing features on the PS5 Pro, and I think that's a general trend for games. I think a lot of games are prioritizing ray tracing over frame rates. I'm seeing games come out that are, they're still going to be 30 FPS on the PS5 Pro, and we did a video talking about that. Some people are furious, that we're into the PS5 Pro, almost PS6 generation, and we're still getting games that are running at 30 FPS and not even full native 4K. I think people are justified in wondering why. I think frame rate is more important than anything, frankly. I would rather play with less impressive graphics but have 120 hertz experience. I think that'd be nice, especially in faster paced games, right? Let me know if you disagree. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But basically, yeah, more ray tracing features have been prioritized. In terms of ray tracing, we achieved enhancements with expanded features such as ray traced ambient occlusion, ray traced lumen diffuse, ray traced opaque, and translucency surface reflection. So basically, games are going to get more realistic and more real. Basically, they're going to look nicer instead of just looking more like a video game, right? Also, how does the PS5 Pro version stack up with a maxed out PC game? Will the PS5 Pro version support the same ray tracing effects as the PC version with the same quality? So they basically responded to that, saying, providing the same quality as a high-end PC is a very challenging task. The team did their best to add as many features as possible to deliver the best possible image quality and performance. So basically, what he's saying there is, making it the same quality as a high-end PC is very challenging, but they're going to try, and they're going to try and add as many features as they can to the PS5 Pro version. But at the end of the day, there's only so much performance you can get out of a $700 unit as opposed to maybe a $3,500, $4,000 PC, obviously, right? They also asked, will there be different modes for PS5 Pro version of the first Descendant? The original PS5 base model offered FSR upscaling and FSR frame generation features, and on the PS5 Pro, we provided an option that combines PSSR with FSR frame generation, allowing for a higher resolution, high frame rate experience compared to before. And they said, are you using PSSR? What do you think about it compared to the other upscalers like NVIDIA DLSS, AMD FSR, and Intel XeSS? As mentioned earlier, which we actively adopted PSSR. Each upscaling technology has its own advantages and disadvantages. PSSR delivers image quality that stands up to comparison with any other upscaling technology. So basically, I think at the end of the day, PlayStation are going around expecting people to use PSSR because that's one of their main selling points with the PS5 Pro. Every game on the PS5 Pro has to have PSSR or use PSSR. Sure, they could use Intel XeSS. Sure, they could use AMD FSR, or they can't use DLSS because it's not an NVIDIA APU inside it. But yeah, PlayStation are basically demanding that developers use PSSR on the PS5 version. I think that's fair. Is it the best? He's not. The developer here isn't admitting that PSSR is the best upscaler technology out there. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. But that's what they're using on the PS5 Pro, and that's what I'd expect, right? So there we go. PS5 Pro, yet again, is showing that it's a very capable machine. I think PSSR is going to be used more and more. I think, upscaling technology has its place in gaming. Obviously, here on the Steam Deck, I'm using FSR and Intel XeSS to get pretty decent playable performance out of the new Dragon Age on my Steam Deck. Can you imagine this thing playing Dragon Age AAA releases? I've been playing God of War Ragnarok on this the past couple of weeks. I've been playing now Dragon Age, not Inquisition, the Veilguard on this, on a handheld in 2024. And I've got upscaling to thank for that. AMD FSR and PSSR is basically the same thing. Like I said, it takes a lower resolution game feed, video feed or lower resolution output from the game and upscales it to something like 4K, right, at a higher resolution, and it keeps the detail. It basically uses AI to basically fill in the blanks, and instead of having it be pixely or blurry as you would if you stretched an image or a lower resolution image up to fit 4K or whatever, it basically stretches it up and then sharpens it up and basically fills in the blank using AI to make it feel like you're playing it at 4K instead of 1080p or whatever it was rendered at, right? So yeah, I think upscaling's the future. I'm excited to see how it looks on the PS5 Pro, but it seems the main thing here coming out of this video or article here in the Q&A from WCCF Tech is the fact that developers are really happy with PSSR. I mean, I'd imagine they would be if they're developing for PS5 Pro. They have to use it, but basically it seems to be or stand up to a lot of the other top upscaling technologies out there, which is always a good thing. And like I said, I'm excited to see it in use on the PS5 Pro. By the way, I'm not seeing anything negative about the PS5 Pro from anyone, developers or gamers. Everyone seems pretty hyped for it, and as am I. So let me know what you think. Are you hyped for it? Are you getting one? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you love gaming, you love tech, you'll find a place here. I'm Blaze2K. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon. I'd really appreciate it. And if you love PS5, please check out my list of best PlayStation accessories. Click the link down below. At least just peruse them, see if there's anything on there that you fancy for yourself. Check it from time to time. Click follow, click the heart, bookmark it on your browser, and check it from time to time because there's a lot of great stuff on here, and I'm always adding stuff. So anyways, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend, and more importantly, stay safe. And subscribe and click the like. I'd really appreciate it. See you in the next one. I'm Blaze2K. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.